Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy, and I'm going to do a swipe today. I did a voiceover because everything I envisioned this to be wasn't quite going in that direction. Still turns out really pretty, but I can tell, when you try something new, there's always a little bit of a learning curve. So that's Phthalo Blue from Atelier Free Flow. This is Turquoise Phthalo from Golden. I will tell you, I painted twice on this particular day, and I think my regular acrylic paints were a little too thick. This is Mulberry from Colourarte. Beautiful primary element color. And this is a custom purple made from Indanthrene blue from Holbein and Australian red violet from Matisse. At first, it sort of looks like permanent blue violet, but it's actually a lot more plum than that. This is a mixture of interference red and interference gold from Colourarte. And this is Baltic Amber, which is a Colourarte PrizmPour color. And last but not least is just had a brain fart. I think it's Rich Auburn. So really beautiful colors. Don't forget you can save with discount codes in the description box below. Just pop in some bubbles. For example, 20% off of Colourarte using Mandy1120. I also have a discount code for Pixel Paint Designs where I buy my Boom Gels and Australian Floetrol. So don't forget to take advantage of that. All right, everybody. So here is our Phthalo Blue. I realized when I started to lay it down that it was too thick. And you can tell because it won't spread out at all. But I just went with it. So this should have been my first clue that my idea may not materialize like I had hoped. But that's okay. Practicing is how we get it done. So I decided to fill it in with some Turquoise Phthalo from Golden. So I kind of started off on the narrow end, and I figured I would somehow make that work. It was a good idea, but this swipe turns out cool, but like completely different than what I had in my head. But what's fun about that is it allows you to practice different things and practice new ways to swipe so you don't get stuck in a rut where you only do certain things. So yeah, be prepared for a lot of weird attempts to get something I actually had in mind out of this. So yeah, we'll get there. Practice, practice, practice. So don't forget about our collaboration this weekend. We have premieres that will be going up for Colourarte. It'll be a really great time. You can win really great prizes. So I'm excited. And don't forget about the discount codes in the description box below. Of course, 20% off for Colourarte, 10% off for Pixel Paint Designs, which is where I get my Floetrol and my Boom Gels. So, yeah. And there's lots of good stuff in the description box. Okay, so now we've got Baltic Amber up next. So my intention was that the Baltic Amber and the Rich Auburn would be like a metallic contrasting color. So this is a PrizmPour color, super beautiful. And I have used those colors with like Turquoise Phthalo before, and they always look great with it. So this is my custom, oh no, that's not my custom purple. That's Mulberry from Primary Elements from Colourarte. And Rich Auburn. Oh, nope, that's a fib. This is Interference Gold and Interference Red from Colourarte. I love interference colors so much. All right, Rich Auburn should be next. At this point, I'm like, oh, I have a whole lot of paint on here. Need to move some things around. So I wanted to pour that, but it would have been too much and too hard to control. So one of the reasons I like to use these MDF rounds is, you know, cradled wood boards are super expensive, and sometimes you want to take a chance and practice different things, and you want to practice things with odd color combos and all that. And so sometimes you just want to have a surface that's easy to work with, may not be quite as expensive as some others. Look at that beautiful custom purple. So yeah, I need to link where I get my MDF rounds because she has really reasonable prices. She is really easy to work with, and I get a lot of questions about that, so I need to put that in the description box. I'll try to remember that. So in case you missed the beginning, the custom purple is Australian red violet from Matisse mixed with Indanthrene blue, which is sort of like an indigo color. If you're familiar with the Matisse indigo, Indanthrene blue from Holbein is similar in color, but I have it in a fluid form, so it saves me from using the super expensive indigo for, you know, just mixing color. Because the Matisse indigo is beautiful, but it's an expensive color. All right, so black cell activator, which is lamp black from Graham, with some titanium white from Graham, kind of sprinkled on there. The idea is that the black will be more dominant because it's down on the bottom, but the white will create some like cell outlines. So I intended for this swipe to have negative space, which would be the blue, like the phthalo blue and the turquoise phthalo. And that wasn't going to happen. And I did a terrible job swiping the other half of this. So when I realized that, I was like, how the heck am I going to fix this? You know what I mean? And so I just kind of kept tweaking it until it got better. I probably should have used the smaller palette knife to begin with, since negative space was the intended goal. So you see me loading up my palette knife again because there's obviously some places that I cannot leave like this. Like you can see on the left, the cells are really beautiful, and then everything past the middle is kind of looking like poop. So I decided to kind of wreck that part. And oddly enough, that kind of worked out. Now, if I had just gone across and not kind of swooshed it like I did, it probably would have looked weird on the outside edge on that side. Now, some of that probably would have spun off. But considering this was supposed to be kind of a weird, you know, negative space swipe with dark color negative space, that didn't happen at all. It just looks wild. But I still really love it. I love the way the colors played together. I love the combination of like the warm violet and, you know, kind of the cool blue. Like it's just, they're kind of odd colors to put together, but I think it ends up working out. So like, I guess I share all this to say, like, when you're trying something and what you envision doesn't work out, that's not really a fail necessarily, because it's like what you get out of it in the journey. Like you create something that you still really like. It may be different than what you wanted, and like while you're still going for what you're looking for, you're probably ultimately learning new things about what you can create. So it kind of tests your boundaries and your limits. And so You just have to embrace that. So I'm popping bubbles. That's why I keep getting my big head in the way. There's still some weird like middle stripes without a lot of cells, but I kind of like the contrast it creates. It's almost like that becomes the negative space, even though it's not negative space by definition, but it creates some contrast. And I love the little white cells kind of around that blue stripe. I think that looks cool. So it's just very, very interesting. It turns out to be an interesting composition. So I know you're a little bit far away. Oops, I over zoomed you in. So I will show you up close so you can see more of the detail in just a moment. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know you're here. Let me know what you think. Did you like this? Did you think it was super weird? And make sure you join us on Sunday. I think it's Sunday, the 24th. And I've had such a crazy week that I don't even know what the date is this weekend right now. But stay tuned for our premieres. And make sure you join us, hang out. It is Sunday the 24th. And excited to see what all these wonderful artist friends made. We have a great group in their collaboration. So I'm popping bubbles here. And as you can see, as we have spun it out, it gets this weird like planet look, like it almost like has Saturn rings or something, as if I've been to Saturn. But I still think it's just really pretty. Completely not what I had in mind, but still really like it. So it works. I was kind of like looking at it like, how did I get here? But I like it, Had a ton of bubbles, so keep seeing my head. It's me popping bubbles. But yeah, thanks for watching and joining me as I practice and learn and grow. Hang in there for the close-up. All right, everyone, so let me bring you down for a close-up. This obviously went way differently than I expected, but I still really like it. I love this part right here, and that custom purple is really beautiful. When I first made it, I was like, oh, this just looks like permanent blue violet from Amsterdam. But then when you see it up against like the amber color, it's definitely got a little bit more of a plum hue. I like how this part kind of looks like a lot of contrast. And I love how this part ends up looking like a ribbon, kind of unintentionally. I think the colors are really cool together. I kind of wish I could have gotten rid of that odd white cell, but if I tried, it would have messed things up. I love this little cluster of cells along the ribbon line. Look at that color right there. It's going to be pretty magnificent under resin. So yeah, thanks for watching. I did have a little bit of flocculation in my paint right here, which I can't tell if it's because it was too thick or what, but it was pretty minor and only in that one spot. I probably overspun. But yeah, let me know what you think. And I think I would kind of go with this direction. If it were me, it kind of looks kind of spacey. Anyway, again, thank you so much for your support and for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Thank you. Bye.